Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Blackhawk SC. I've recently seen a few comments on my videos, a Reddit discussion, and players on Twitch asking about Timberwolves and what you can do with them right now. Looking at my channel, I sadly didn't have any recent information on this perennially popular chassis, and so I'm just going to do a quick video on the builds that I run on my Timberwolves right now. If you look at my Timbys, I used to run them a lot. Just look at the 1 million XP on this guy. They used to be so good, but now after the engine desync, the introduction of new mechs, among other changes, the TBRs are no longer what they once were. They're not seen as carry mechs anymore, and none of these builds are the best at any particular playstyle. But they're still on the upper half of clan heavies, and as omnis with lots of hardpoint choices, they have great build variety. I'll first point out that the A, D, C CTs are the same, so you can interchange builds that use any of these CTs. The Prime and Warrant Hero has no usable CT hardpoints, so these are interchangeable. Yes, I know the Prime can do an MG in the CT, but there's no serious build that uses MGs on the Timberwolf. I don't have the Warrant, and I don't think there's a good reason to buy it either, so I'm not showing any Warrant-specific builds. The S has a JJ in its CT, so builds for the S are technically unique, but in reality they're just different versions of builds that you can do on other variants. On my A, I have an ER-large laser boat. Normally I'm only bringing this to faction play, but it can be good on long-range QP maps as well. The Hellbringer Virago is a better choice for ER-large laser boating, but since I only have one Virago and I need multiple ER-large laser boats in an FP deck sometimes, this will have to do. If you're interested in how I would build a beginner FP deck, check out my guide in the description below. On the D, I have the classic Laser Vomit build. This build used to dominate in quick play, but has since fallen out of favor because it can be out-traded easily nowadays. The Hellbringer is a better choice for Laser Vomit currently, since it has the ECM and higher mounts that allows it to avoid return fire. Some people like to run it with the A left torso, but it increases the size of the left torso hitbox by a significant amount, so I think the trade-off isn't worth it. On my Prime, I'm running this Laser Goss build. This was actually inspired by the viewer Paranoiac, so thank you for that idea. The old ER medium Laser Goss build simply does not have a big enough alpha now to make those long peaks worthwhile. Even then, there's still no reason to run the build like this if you want to simply play big alphas on a heavy. The heavy large ERML Hellbringer has a very similar alpha size and sustained DPS, and has the better mounts and ECM that I talked about. On the S variant, I'm running an ATM boat. I feel like the mobility on the Timberwolves really make it fit for ATMs since range control and positioning is a big part of using ATMs correctly. The Timberwolves low mounts don't get in the way as much when your lock-on missiles can fire indirectly. However, with mechs like the Warhammer 2C2, there's not much reason to run this other than for fun. The S is also the best variant for Ballistics because that's the only variant where you can have a JJ, 2 UAC-10s, 3 AMLs, and enough ammo. But the Nigeria and Sunspider are better ballistic boats than the Timber will ever be. Finally, on the C, I have my preferred build with the medium pulse boat. I talked about the single LPL and PL combo in one of my other videos, so if you want to know the reasoning behind this build, I suggest checking that out. I feel that among the Timber builds that I've shown thus far, this uses the Timber's advantages the best. At the MPL range, ECM and high mounts aren't as important since a lot more mechs can see you and have the range to return fire. The TBR's better hitboxes as compared to other clan heavies and its ability to JJ and spread damage allows it to absorb damage better. The Marauder 2C carries more firepower, more heatsinks, and is overall tankier, so this usually is the preferred pulse boat in its weight range. But the Timberwolf isn't too bad either. I'm only going to demo one build in this video, so let's just see this one in match. Frozen City Skirmish is a pretty good map for this build. The ambient temperature really helps with the sustained DPS output for this mech, and the MPL builds are DPS builds in general, so this really helps with that playstyle, that build type. So that's not friendly fire, the missile fire is coming from some mech that's in D7 that managed to sneak behind us, so some of our team members are going to deal with that right now. Anyways, on Skirmish, the fight is usually pretty close up. They're not always in exact brawl range, but that 300 to 350 short mid-range is where the MPLs are most useful. And a lot of the battle that happens on Frozen City Skirmish happens at that range. So this Hunchback kind of extends too far without support. You can see his friendlies are kind of one grid away from him, minimum. So he just pushed out a little bit too far. So So I'm not sure what's going on with this Orion over here. He's just kind of staying still, like in one spot and not really moving. You can see he's not really twisting. And that combination of medium and ER medium lasers, the standard mediums and the ERs is kind of strange. You could just either go with ERs or just go all mediums. There's no reason to do both. And that flea shuts down, unfortunately for him, not in a good place. Notice my weapon placements, or sorry, my weapon groups. One for torso and one for arm weapons. So I just want to undo my heat vision to make sure I don't hit my friendly. So normally urban mechs are kind of tough to take down, but with medium pulse lasers, it's not that bad anymore. It has low enough duration such that you can concentrate that damage pretty well. And if you get that XL engine on the urban mech, then you can just kill that with one component destroyed. You can see like the classic Timberwolf brawl build right here. Small pulse lasers and SRM6s. That build used to be very effective and was seen in competitive play a lot, but now it just doesn't have that alpha value. It's a lot of face time. The DPS is fine, but the small pulse just doesn't have enough damage output, and you're just having to stare at your target quite a bit, which reduces the mech's tankiness in a brawl. We just need to kill that last guy, and this is a warping cataphract 0 XP, I believe. I just wanted to make a note that it used to be where the Timberwolf, whenever the enemy team saw a Timberwolf, it was focused down really hard. But now that's no longer the case. And you can see that I was not touched very much in this match overall. Looks like I got an ammo explosion and that ends the match. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have Timber builds you'd like to share, leave your ideas in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe to this channel for more content like this, and I'll see you next time.